Lesson 11. Independent Subject of History. This lesson we are going to study the independent subject of history. The independent subject of history is the popular masses who carve out the world and their destiny independently and creatively. Although they are the subject of history, the masses of the people do not hold the same position and play the same role in all ages and in all societies. In the exploiter society, the popular masses failed to be the independent subject of history for a long time. They made history not in accordance with their will, but mainly with the will of the exploiting class in the exploiter society. They poured their blood and sweat into the creation of all material and cultural wealth by pressure of the exploiting class, and were deprived of the fruition of their efforts and struggle by the exploiting class. Slaves in slave society, serfs and peasants who were bound to subordination of feudal caste, and the working masses who were reduced to wage slaves of capitalist society had been the object of history, who shouldered heavy burdens of making history as intended by the exploiter class. The popular masses failed to be the masters of history, the independent subject of history, for a long time, as their level of independent ideological consciousness was low, and they were not rallied in an organized way. When they are not aware of their social class position and their strengths, and fail to be rallied into a political force, they regard it as their predestined fate, even though they are deprived of their rights and exploited and oppressed, and as a result, they cannot shape their destiny independently. The subject emerged as the independent subject of history at last, as the advanced working class appeared in the arena of history, and the popular masses were awakened to consciousness organized by its revolutionary idea of independence. Emergence of the advanced working class was the social class condition that the popular masses can emerge as the independent subject of history. Correct leadership, that is, the political leadership, is the main in making the popular masses the independent subject of history. Leader Kim Jong-il said, "Only under correct leadership would the masses, the creators of history, be able to occupy the position and perform their role as subject of social historical development." The popular masses are awakened and organized under the correct political leadership so as to become the independent subject of history. How the popular masses are awakened in a revolutionary way, how they are rallied into organized force, and how they perform their responsibility and role entirely hinge on whether they are led by correct political leadership or not. Correct leadership of the popular masses is materialized only by the leader and the revolutionary party. Only when they are under the correct leadership of the party and the leader can they achieve national liberation, class emancipation, build socialist society with success, and administer the society properly with serious and complicated struggle to transform nature and society. The leader forms and develops the guiding ideology of the revolution that reflects correctly the aspiration and demands of the popular masses, including the working class, and arms them with the revolutionary idea through the party. The leader forms different political organizations, including the Revolutionary Party of the Working Class, and embraces broad masses of all walks of life in the organizations to make the popular masses one militant rank. As a result, the leader rallies them into the awakened and organized revolutionary forces. Hardcore forces of the revolution are provided and trained by the leadership of the leader and the revolutionary party. The popular masses can fully possess of ideological and mental traits befitting the independent subject of history and firmly occupy the position and play the role as such only when they are set forward as the hardcore forces and regarded as an example. Which class or collective or social classes and collectives forming the subject of history, is set forward as the hardcore forces of the revolution and make them play their role, is explained correctly only by the leadership of the leader and the party. The working class and the revolutionary army can be the revolutionary class and the revolutionary armed force, and they play an important role in the revolution only under the leadership of the leader and the revolutionary party. Socialist system should be established in order to develop the entire popular masses into the independent subject of history. Social system has an important influence in developing the popular masses into the independent subject of history. It is because social position of the popular masses is defined by social system. The popular masses in the exploiter system cannot have legal rights for being the independent subject of history. Socialist society fully provides all social conditions necessary for awakening the popular masses ideologically and rallying them in an organized way. The popular masses have the right to study, disseminate, and acquire the revolutionary idea as genuine masters of the society and intensify their organizational training in certain political organizations. This is the superiority of the socialist system. The popular masses achieve the single-minded unity of whole society and remarkably consolidate the might of the independent subject of history in the socialist system under the leadership of the party and the leader. Thank you for this lesson. Next lesson, we will study that the social movement is an independent movement of the popular masses.